Dear students, Namaste. Today we are going to see in detail about decision making. Decision making is a very important concept in programming. In day-to-day life also we usually take decisions. So the decision, the way we take is actually the same way the computer or in programming we can make a program to take decision. But we have to give each and every instruction to the computer, or we have to write the particular instruction in the program very carefully. It should be unambiguous. So let's start the journey. Decision making. Decision making is critical to computer programming. There will be many situations when you will be given two or more options and you will have to select an option based on the given condition. So what is said that we will be given options and these options will select based on a given condition. So this condition will always gives us a value or the output as true or false. Okay, if we want to take any decision in our day-to-day life, we have output as whether we have to do or whether we will not do. So here also true and false. In the same way in computer or in computer programming also we have the output of the condition as true or false, that is yes or no. Almost all the programming languages provide conditional statements. We have done many programs. Some of the examples like write a program to find whether the entered year is a leap year. Next, we have also done write a program to find the number is multiple of 5 or not. So we have done many types of these examples, simple examples, where here we have to take a decision where we have two options, whether it is a leap year or it is not a leap year, whether it is a multiple of 5 or not a multiple of 5. Sometime there may be possibility that we have to go for select more than two options, so there it will be little bit more complicated. Okay, see, in the first one it is only enter year is a leap year, so here we have to give only one output. So as I said, not a leap year is not given, so I will not try to write for not a leap year. Here we have to decide only one thing. So we will see the different type of if statements or decision making statements in programming language. Okay, decision making in programming is done with the help of if, basically if statement. Now there are different forms of if statements. The first one is if and if. Second one if, then else and if. Third one is nested if else. QBasic provides a easier version of this nested if else as if, else if, then and if. This version is also provided by some of the programming languages like Visual Basic. To some extent you may see this type in C also, but to be sure you have to refer to the programming language manual. Okay, sometimes what happens when we are checking only for equality, we can either use nested if else, or there is another statement known as switch statement. This is just for your knowledge. We will not discuss it. It will be discussed in higher classes. So we are going to see in detail about how we are going to use these different type of if statements. Simple if statement. It is used when we have to take only one decision. This type of situations comes very rarely. For example, the question is write a program to accept a number and display it is even. It is an even number. So here only we have to display whether the number entered is an even number. We don't have to do anything else. So the program goes like this: CLS input, enter a number n. If n mod 2 is equal to 0, then print n is the even number, and if and. So from here we can see the syntax of the if then statement is: if condition 1, then list of instructions to executed if condition 1 is met, then and if. So if you see here the flowchart, okay, in this flowchart to the right, we are going to start, okay, the program counter. When it's come to condition, then here the condition will be checked. If the condition is true, then the conditional code, that is after then, will be executed. If it is false, then it will not go into it and it will just come out, okay, and it will go to the next instruction. So in our particular program that is given here, if n mod 2 is not equal to 0, then it will come directly to end, okay, and if it is 0, that means the remainder is 0, then it will print the statement and then come out of the if statement. So I hope you have understood this simple if statement, but this if statement we rarely use. Okay, so let us move on to the next statement. So the next statement is if else statement. Sometimes we also say if then else statement, but I am referring it as if else statement. This statement is useful when we have to take a decision out of two options. This is basically in general we do, okay, we do take decision based on a two option, whether we have to do or we don't have to do. So the syntax is like this: if condition 1, then list of instruction to be executed if condition 1 is met. Condition 1 is met means if the condition 1 is true. If this condition 1 is false, then the else part will be executed, that is list of instruction to executed if condition 1 is not met. Not met means false. So let us see the flowchart. Now the program is continuing this dot, or when it's reached to this dot, okay, then it will come to condition, it will check the condition. If condition is true, then the then code will be executed, means this then part will be executed, okay, then it will come out of the particular if. If the condition is not met, okay, that means the condition is false, then it will go to the else part of the code. The else part of the code will be executed. So let us see some examples of this if else statement. So the example, the question is write a program to accept a number from user and print whether the number is even or odd. The program goes like this: CLS, then we are entering accepting a number, the variable is n. Now we are dividing the n by 2 and we are getting the remainder because the operator that we are using the mod. So mod is going to return the remainder. So the condition is if n mod 2 is equal to 0, means if the number n is divisible by 2, then we will get the remainder 0. If this is true, then we are going to get n is an even number, that is the number will be printed, n is an even number. If this condition is false, then we will get the n is an odd number. N means the variable, okay, is an odd number. And if. So we had done many examples of this type in our class, okay, so you can go through your notes and check it. Nested if else statement. Now an if statement can be followed by an optional else if else statement, which is very useful to test various conditions. Means usually when we have more than two options or two conditions, then we basically go for nested if else statement. In QBasic it is much easier to follow and use it. So while using if else statements, There are a few points that we have to keep in mind. The first, the if condition is checked first. Okay, the first if that you are going to write is going to check first. Now, if that condition is true, then part will be executed and no further else if will be tested. So it will come out of the if else statement. If condition is false, then else if condition will be executed and it will continue till one of the condition is met. Means if any of the else if condition is true, then that will be executed, otherwise the last else will be executed. Means if no other else if is true, then the last else will be executed. We will see it with the help of example after some time. Next, we have to keep in mind an if can have 0 or many else ifs. So it is not compulsory, as we have seen earlier, that a if statement can have only a if, okay, there is no else. Then an if statement can have one else, okay, but there is no necessary or there is no fixed rule that we have to have else if statement, okay, else ifs. Third, once an else if succeeds, okay, as I have said earlier also, if one else if succeeds, then none of the remaining else if or else will be tested. So it is going to come out of that particular if statement. So I hope it is clear. Let us see the syntax, then you will be more clear, and then we will see some examples with particular programming. Okay, then it will be more clear to you. So let us see the syntax of if, else statement. If condition 1, then if this is true, then we are going to do whatsoever is written after then. After that, it is going to come out of the if statement, means whatsoever is written after and if will be executed. If this is false, then it is going to go to the else if. Check the condition. If this condition is true, then again it is going to print or execute whatsoever is written there in after then, and it is going to come out. If this is false, then whatsoever is written in else part, okay, will be executed and it will come out of the if statement. So here we have seen that whenever a if condition is there or you are using a if in a particular programming, then if there are more ifs, more than one if, as here else ifs, only one particular output will be there. Always remember, there will be only one output. There should not be more than one output for a given condition or for a given if statement. If you are getting more than one particular output, then logically it is wrong. So keep in mind that whenever you are going to use nested if else statement, you should get only one output from any one of the if conditions, that is else if condition or the else one. I hope it is clear. We will see some examples of it. To see an example of nested if else statement, and here I am going to show you. So here is our program CLS. Okay, so I'm just copying it so that I can do it fast. Let me see whether it works or not. So I'm pasting it. Okay, fine. So here I'm getting little bit some errors, okay, which I can do. So here enter a number. Okay, so here we are using nested if else statement. If number is the question is write a program to enter a number from a user and print whether the entered number is positive, negative or 0. Okay, so here is our program where we have written on the nested if else, because here I have to test for 3 conditions. If it would have been 2 condition, then I could have done only if condition. If this condition is false, then I will write else, and in else I will write the other statement. But here I have to check for 3 conditions. So here we have 1 if, 2 if. So remember, if the conditions, you have to count the number of conditions, okay, that is the output, and based on that you will find that how many ifs you are going to use. It is usually n minus 1, means if there are, as here are 3, so 3 minus 1, that is 2. Okay, so this is the program that I have written. Now let me execute it. I am pressing F5. Okay, let us wait. So it is coming. Yes, I am getting here. Okay, the output I'll show on the top of it. So let me enter, say 2. Okay, now here, if you see from here, if number is less than 0, that means is 2 is less than 0. No, this is false. So it will come to the next else if. Okay, and it will check again. If number is greater than 0, yes. So my output should be number is positive. Okay, so let's press enter. So I think it is clear to you now. Okay, we will try with all the 3 options. So I am getting the output, only one output, remember this. Okay, okay, I am pressing F5 again. So now let me enter minus 9. Okay, so here the first if statement is true, so it will say number is negative and then come out. So let's see. So number is negative. Okay, and press the key. Okay, here I have forgot to write the AND statement, and so actually it doesn't matter, but still END. Okay, now I will press F5 again to check for 0, the last one. So now let me press enter 0. Now see, the first 2 ifs are false, so I am getting number is 0. So I hope you have understood. Okay, so here I think we have done. So dear students, let us see the example. That is, write a program to print the grade of the student after accepting the percentage based on the following condition. So the condition is given. Now let us see the program. So class, for the above question that we have seen, okay, that is this one. So we are going to write a program for this. So here how many conditions? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So according to this there should be 4. Okay, 4 if means 1 if and the remaining 3 if else, or sorry, else if. Okay, let us see. So see here, 1 if, 1, 2, 3 else if. So I will do the same process. I will copy this and paste it there. So again the same type of mistake, doesn't matter, we can do it. So here if you see, you are going to So the same thing, that here also one particular condition will be true. So let's execute it. Okay. So I am entering percentage, say 65. So see, it is coming B and it is coming out of the if. Okay. So see here, else if per is greater than or equal to 60, then print B. Okay. Now if you want to see, let me make a little bit change in the program. Okay, so that it will be a, instead of print here I will write the print here outside, print your grade is so I am taking a variable grade so that you will understand that how it is coming out of the end if. Okay, because here it is printing itself. So here I will take, since okay I have to take grade as a, here I have done one mistake. I think that you may guess the mistake. Okay, I have to give the dollar sign because the grade I am going to store a alphabet. Okay, so here it should be grade dollar. Oh, okay, I have not given the equal to sign, not copied the equal to sign. Okay, equal to. Okay class, so let's do again. You can write both the programs in a copy. Okay, so enter a percentage. So I am entering say 98. See, your grade is A. So understanding how it is working, it is first going in if per is greater than 90, this is true, therefore it is coming here, that is grade dollar is equal to A. Then it jumps from here to this statement, print statement. It is not going in any of these else if or else statement. Okay, so let me try another one. Okay, so let me give, don't think that this is your percentage, it is anyone. Okay, not yours. So let me check little bit bad one. So let me check 35. Okay, let me check 33 exactly what happens. See, are you getting it? It is grade D. And let me try the last one. Okay, whether it works or not. So it is, say I am writing 32. Okay, so you got it. After that it is coming. So here only one particular output is there. So I hope you have understood this. We'll see one more example. Okay, dear students, let us see the next question. That is, write a program to extract total amount of purchase from the user and print the amount to be paid by giving proper discount based on the following conditions. So here are the conditions given. Now this question is little bit tricky one. Let us see how it is or how we are going to go for it. There are many ways, so let us explore, and we will start with something maybe in a wrong way, then we'll correct it. Okay, so let's start writing the program for this. So dear students, let us see the example of the question that we have discussed. Okay, this is the question. So here the question is little bit tricky one. Okay, because here it is given from the lowest to highest. If you program according to this concept, okay, then you may get a wrong result. Okay, so let me first show you the wrong one. Okay, and here there is one more, or output is not given. We the human beings can interpret the what is not given, that if the amount is less than 2000, then what we have to do? That means there is no discount. So it is not given here. So we have to take that also in consideration. How? Okay, so let me open the wrong one that I have done according to this concept that I have given. So I have taken total amount. Okay, then ATP is the amount to be paid. Now here I am going accordingly. Okay, if T is greater than 2000, then this discount I have to do, that is 5%, and I have found ATP amount to be paid directly by using this processing logic. Okay, then if it is 5000, then this at the end, if all are wrong, then this. Okay, I said this logic, the way of thinking of writing the program is wrong. Let us see why. Okay, so here I am running. Now I am entering, say I am entering for the first time, say 3000. Okay, so it is correct. Now let me enter, say 15,000. Okay, so I am entering 15,000. So how much I should get? So 15,000 is 10% discount. So if you calculate, okay, I am opening a calculator. Okay, so I am opening a calculator. The amount is 15,000 and I am getting a discount of 15%. So I will multiply by 0.15. So this much. I am subtracting it by 15,000. Okay, so the amount should be, forget our minus, amount should be 12,750. But here I am getting 14,250. That means which one is executing? This is the first one. Why? Because the other amounts, what I am checking? I am checking for greater than 2000. Okay, so what is happening? This will always be true. When this will false? When the amount is less than 2000. Okay, then what will happen? You will see that you are getting 10% discount, but this else will never be there. Okay, that means we can't get to this else. So here you have to either change the condition T is less than 2000, then we have to write what will happen, that ATP is equal to TA. Okay, then, and if it is less than 5000, then our logic should goes like that one. Okay, so you have to be very careful while you are using the logic. So see, I'm just changing it for you. Okay, so my whole thing will be like this. I'm thinking in this way. it is not set, so I will give this ATP is equal to TA here. Okay, I'm writing it, I'm doing it here fast for you. ATP is equal to TA. Then I don't want this will not be there. I will copy paste this one, Control X, Control V, Control X, Control V, Control X, Control V, Control X, Control V. Then here I have to change the sign. Okay, less than 5,000, then less than 10,000, or less than 20,000. Okay, now let us see. Okay, so F5, so let me pay the same thing, 15,000. Okay, now see the output. Are you getting? We are getting the same 12,750. Now this is correct. Yes or no? Okay, you can calculate it. So let me give an amount, say 20,000 exactly. 20,000, it should be less than 20,000. Okay, so I am giving 20,100. See, now I'm getting 20% discount. So is it clear? If you want to do the program based on the way that we have done, okay, the question is given, then we can think of in this way. See, if then I am just reversing the logic here. If the TA is greater than 20,000, then this, in this way it goes on. Okay, and last I am taking care of. So here in the top and here in the last. Okay, I will show you this program also. Let me save it. Okay, okay, now let me open. So new, where is the new corrected? Okay, new. So see, this is the one. Okay, if you give, so I have given greater than 20,000, it should be greater than 20,000. If it is equal to 20,000, it is not greater. Okay, so it will come to the range of 10,000. So I am running it. I will enter the same values. Okay, 20,100. So are you getting it? We are getting 10% 20% discount. Now as I said you that if I enter the amount 20,000, then it will be in the next range because it is not greater. Okay, we are getting 10% discount here. No, sorry, 15% discount we are getting. Okay, so I hope you have understood this. So you can practice different type of questions having more than two decisions or two options. Okay, and I'm also give you some assignments, you practice it. So dear students, I hope you've enjoyed the class, enjoyed the programming, okay, with multiple if-else statements. You can think yourself of different type of examples where you can use this nested if-else and practice it, and do send me the questions that you have created by yourself and you have programmed it, okay, in my WhatsApp number. I will be very thankful and really be honored if you can send me some questions that you have written programs by yourself. So dear students, till then, bye bye. Have a nice time. See you in the next class. And in the next class, we are going to see a little bit more complicated programming with the if-else, where we are going to use logical operators, basically and or operator. Okay, dear students. So if you want, you can Google out these logical operators. What are those? Actually, we have discussed also in the previous classes. Okay, you can go to the notes. If you really want to know more in depth, then you can and search it in the internet or Google it. So till then, with this note, bye bye. Have a nice time.